Read that one. Bazman. I read. Yep, we're up to date. If it's usually drive down, yeah, we're a bit far away to be driving down though, Davina. I don't think we'll make it down though. That music's a bit loud. All these jobs just go the wrong way. Vinegar. Might have to be the ice cream run. Or the big pack. The Crone works quite well. Head northeast out of Nice. Probably the easiest way. Mom, Squirrel's cheating again. Yes, they did add a new yacht, didn't they? I remember that. Why do they need 2 security staff at a farm? I mean, seriously. Got options. We can have the Del Vario 2-axle or the Del Vario 3-axle. We'll go 2. It's a farm. Oh, I see. That's why we've got... That's why we've got security, because it's a farm. But what are they growing here, I wonder? There's another security guy, look. This is amazing. That must be the boss's office. What? What? How does that work? Something tells me that trailer doesn't work in 130. Some of the trailer packs have not been updated for 1.3, so that's obviously one of them. First bad situation, thank you for the resume. Jeff, can you open the gate, please? Jeff, thank you. I know you're busy and all that, but, you know, do your job. Norminator. 200 bits, been watching for years, love your vids and streams, never been able to donate before as I'm a student and we have a lot of free time, not much money. Happy trucking. Thank you for the bits, Nominator. I've been a student, mate. I know exactly what it's like. Have you tried switching the bacon on in the main menu?
Oh, yeah.
No, but we don't need it for this trailer, to be fair. Giddy Raccoon. Here's some love. Here's some more love. Failure is not an option. It comes bundled with the software. But then my mum said that if I don't get off my computer and do my homework, she'll slam my head on the keyboard. But I think she's joking. FFJF. Very good. I suggest the Wheeling beacon's compatible with 1.3. Yeah, that's fine. It looks nice, it just doesn't work. Oh, it's raining. Better buy a soft keyboard, yeah. Just buy a keyboard made out of marshmallow. Easy. Norminator with a sub. Thank you, Norminator. Can we give him a nutty welcome, guys? Thank you very much for your support, Norminator. Dr. Geek Thumb with 15 months, 1 second. Dr. Geek Thumb. Just got back home from an awesome weekend to see friends. Good to see you back in the hot seat. P.S. Mrs. GT said, could she please see the outside of the truck? Yeah, 1 sec. Let me go on a straight bit of road. Oi, my last name is Norman. Blue Brothers. Huh? What? Norminator subbed? What are you talking about, Blue Brothers? Somebody called Norminator 2015 subbed. I can't help what your name is, Blue Brothers. Right, now we can show Miss GT. There you go. In fact, you know what? I think we'll have a photo. How's that? Do you want an action shot? There's your action shot there. What they should do is they should have change this camera so you can add like effects on it, like motion blur and stuff, and vignette borders and all that kind of thing. Fatty, my lord, apparently I fell asleep on the sofa after having dinner. Just woke up to see, just woke up to you saying the word yacht and seeing the trailer in the game made me think, when does a boat become a yacht? I'm sure there's a technical definition of that one, but I don't know what it is. It's something to do with it having a keel and being self-propelled. It's some weirdness like that. Yeah, Miss GT. Paulie made his skin, and he didn't tell me what he was going to do, so he put the word mom on the front, and it's now available in the workshop apparently. Rose cats with half a year. Full silver now. Oh yeah. What, you can't see the raindrops? I can see the raindrops. There's loads of raindrops. You just need to look. Okay, may have gone in a bit hot on that roundabout. Right, let's bring up the map here. Let's see, Nice. So let's see, where do we want to go in particular? Should we have a little look around? Let's go here. Let's go via Milano. Let's have a quick look. I was hoping we could route it like that, but never mind. And into Verona. Alright, There's something interesting going on here as well that we need to go and look at. But we'll do that first. You're the Squirrel, love this truck. Thank you, sir. May I join the new Scania S? No, I hate it. It's rubbish. Of course I am. Add another point close to the junction, you can reroute it into the city centre. Hey? Don't know what you mean, to be honest. Oh, you mean like this? And then like that. There you go. That's a significant detour. Is SCS having trouble with the license for the Renault T? Yes. Renault's owned by Volvo, and they need to renew the license with Volvo before they can then renew it with the Renault. Hence why the Range T is still not out yet. I don't know if they're being awkward, Heyman, or not. I mean, it's just that these things take time. Nobody actually sort of remembered that it was coming up for a renewal, so it kind of got left to the last minute, I think. How long does license last? I think the last one covered it from the start of the game until just recently, something like that. So it's like a few years, basically. Well, Michael Douglas, I mean, I'm not bothered. It doesn't affect me. I'm not going to drive the Renault anyway, but there are Renault fans. There's a few of them around, and I'm sure they'd love to see the new Renault. For them to have built the truck, but they can't put it in the game, must be really frustrating. Italian weather. Come on, dude. If Volvo renew the contract, how will that affect Renault? So Volvo renew the contract, and then the Renault one will be basically like the Volvo one. So imagine they're talking to Renault, and Renault say, we need to renew the license, but we want the contract to be like the Volvo one now, because we're owned by Volvo. So SCS needs to sort out the Volvo one, and then they can do the Renault one. No, there's no foggy weather mod, it doesn't work on 1.3. Of course it can be Italian weather in France, it's just come over. What do I think about the new Scania dashboard? Personally, if I was designing this, I would have made the, you know, the digital speedo, the number, I would have made that bigger. Like on my Merc, it's quite big. You can see it very clearly because it is a very important number. It's okay for the time to be that size, you know. It's not a vital number, is it? But the speedo should be very big and clear, so I would have made that bigger. Equally, the gear that it tells you, 4H there, I would have made that a bit bigger as well. I think they're a pretty essential piece of information that you don't want to be having to look around for or struggling to see. Other than that, I think it's a nice dashboard layout. Well, maybe if you're sat in the truck, maybe it is bigger, I don't know. But from here it looks small. Jules, you know what's coming. Are we nearly there yet, Jules? Rosecat 6 months, full silver. We did that one. Bing. In real life, you don't really need a gear number. They're all automatic. Yes, this is true. This is very true. Squirrel's a speedo, man. We live in a world, well, in the UK anyway, we live in a world full of speed cameras, and you do have to be very careful about what speed you're doing. It's very easy to just, you know, get distracted. Perhaps you're talking to somebody, and your speed starts to creep up and you don't realise. And you need to be able to just glance down and see what speed you're doing. Oh my god! I want a photo. So let's get rid of the blur strength. Quite a nice view. You would constantly use cruise control. I use cruise control in the car on the motorway a lot. In fact, I use it in a lot of places. Like, let's say you're going along the motorway and there's roadworks and they drop the speed limit down to 50 miles an hour. I will always use it because they'll have average speed cameras and I just sit on like 50. One hour until you've got to do the night shift, Tommy. We've all got to do a job, mate. Nathan plays a game, thank you for 15 months. TJ, 28 months, and Jules, are we there yet? I told you! I called it, Jules. That's actually a nice view, one sec. That could be an interesting photo there. Can you get this truck in the game? If you go to the 1.3 beta, you can play it. It's an unusual photograph. Don't see many of those photos. Very arty. Vrome! All I've just noticed that if you change your gearbox in settings from H shifter to auto, the display changes from showing an M to an A. I would expect that, but that's a good spot, Vrome. What is this coach driver doing? Are you actually serious? That's an Italian coach driver. What is this truck mod? It's not a mod. What are we hauling? We are hauling a Chrome. Straight out of Farm Sim. Probably quite literally straight out of Farm Sim. I know we're not in Italy, Chris, but the coach is from Italy. Don't you get it? He's driving back to Italy. Oh my god. Ant-Man, thank you for the resume. 1000 watt TV, 19 months and counting. I'm running out of fingers and toes here. Oh well, at least I got rid of the nagging purple button for now. Lol. TJ, thank you for 28 months. Nathan plays a game, thank you for 15. No, I'm not using Pro Mods, Jagged. You can't use Pro Mods yet. Does not work with this. Let's see. Oh. There seems to be a weird border here. I don't know, it's almost like we were in Italy. It's weird. So you did all this Mandel stuff, did you? You revamped it all. End of friends sign. The coach was a Sinbad coach, so the driver was actually Polish. It doesn't mean the coach is not from Italy, does it? And the tyres might be. Doc Rockster, all the best, Paul and family. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Oh yes, that's true, Captain Flint. Of course, Mandlesoft did it because he loves the road signs in Italy. Every day he went to work. Whilst he was working on this, every day he went to work and he was like, I can't wait to put more Italian road signs down. I tell you what, those lights are very white. Proper modern lighting, look at that. There's an insane amount of chevrons in the northern Italy. I don't know, I presume they're LEDs. Not really sure. Do you know when SCS is going to switch to Vulkan for the rendering? I have no clue. I mean, I have absolutely no clue. Nitro Boy, just something I always wondered. Is there a reason you don't use the Jake brake, engine brake? I know it's very common trucking in the US. I don't think it's used in the EU. It's a very common thing in America. You are right, but not in the EU, I don't think. So, I don't know, the retard is just easier and it links in with the cruise control. Like, if you use cruise control, it will activate the retarder automatically. Oh, scumbag light. I don't think the bacons work, Cobalt. No, they still don't work. Yes, I've activated the cruise control, yeah, but what I've not done is tried to see if it's adaptive. So what I'm going to do is when we get back on the motorway, I'll switch on the cruise control, but slightly faster than the cars in front, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if it takes us into the back of the next vehicle. I reckon it will. Why would they forbid the retarder, T Dark Elf? Like, what are they going to replace it with? It doesn't adapt, says Xcol. There you go. That's a shame. Maybe they're waiting until release with the adapting. I reckon they won't do it, because that's basically a new thing, isn't it? Are there random events in 1.3? Not that I've noticed. But, maybe they have to retrofit them back onto the map. So maybe Italia will come with some. But I've not seen any yet. Can you move to the top right corner? No. I'm not moving top right. Oh, look at that view. It's so nice. Dark Fire, 3 months. Trading in my Subaru STR this weekend for a Toyota Tacoma. Seems backward, but good for dirt biking. I don't know the Tacoma, to be honest. That's a nice sunset. True Eagle, have a good one. Tacoma is a terrible truck. I've no idea. Westy Dog, hang on. Westy Dog with 9 months. Twitch baby hype. What I don't get is that SCS developed Italy very fast and yet took yonks to make New Mexico, both being roughly the same size. I think Westy Dog is because they had to rescale the rest of America and then add New Mexico, and that's what took the extra time. Alex with 600 bits. Just for your information, foggy weather does work with 1.3 if you use the ATS fix that Kiro provides with higher priority. All the best to you and your family. Are you talking about the new foggy weather, Alex? Because I didn't think he'd released that one yet. Or are you talking about the old one? Yes, there is a right-hand drive version of this interior. LW. Random events are in 1.3, you need to turn them on. Okay.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Where's the option? I should put time zones on. That's new. There are no random events in 1.3. Wait, who just said that? iMadMat. Random events are in 1.3. You need to turn them on. That's what iMadMat said. Apparently they're not. There are no random events in 1.3. There we go. Kieran, thank you for the resume. Molasses Cookieman, 32 months. Keep it up, mate. With the streams. Thank you, Molasses. White Eagle, thank you for the resume. Snobby Stephen, thank you for the resume. Snobby Stephen. Of course, this doesn't... The problem is we're going to go through here in the dark now, which is not ideal. Didn't plan this one very well. Maybe I'll just have to set the time and make the job late. Mr. Redcoat, thank you for 22 months. There's a rest zone ahead. Yeah, let's just rest here. I won't get paid for the job, but I don't care. Not Vry Viking, thank you for 41 months there. Exactly, Kvam, I don't need the money. I was more thinking about the annoying Nokia ringtone. The game nagging me, you're gonna be late. Right. I like the way the Scania logo comes on. $600 litres of fuel. James, 25 bits. Don't get the new Xbox One X. People are reporting issues and the fan sounds like a jet engine. Glad to have you're back to your family in my prayers and will always be here to support you. Much love. Thank you, James. I wasn't going to buy an Xbox One X personally. George's radio. I know, I saw that. I have the radio turned off. One sec. I have the radio turned off. No. Lost my headrest now. It's chaos here. Just trying to take my top off. There we go. Paul, do you think we will have to pay for the rest of the states in ATS? Polski Mobster, 100% guarantee that every state will be a DLC. And the reason I can guarantee that is because they said that when they brought the game out. They have to fund development. Yeah, I'm stripping now. 18 plus stream. Mature flags coming on. Right, now we can test it. We're going to go 84. We're going to cruise control 84. Actually, let's go a bit faster and catch these guys up. Right, cruise controlled in at 86. Let's see if we go into the back of this truck. Samangi, thank you for 10 months. Now, an adaptive cruise control would basically stop you from getting closer to this truck, despite what you've set on the cruise control. And we're still doing 86. Okay, it doesn't work. It's not adaptive. Tested for science. It's not adaptive. Franco. Enemy boat spotted, 22 months. With love from Norway, keep up the amazing work. Thank you, enemy boat. Hey, Nathan. Yeah, no worries, mate. Am I liking Italia the new Scania? Well, I'm not allowed to say anything about Italia yet, am I? But I like new Scania. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Maybe it's adaptive to changing speed limits. Yeah, it won't be. They don't work like that. He drove the Golf GTI with adaptive cruise control, driving the M25, set it to 70, just pointing the right direction. Yeah, if you have proper adaptive cruise control, life is easy. You just set the speed and then just, you don't even worry. Like when vehicles slow down and speed up in front of you, you don't care because the car just does it. It's the next step to drive automation. Pretty soon you won't need to turn the wheel either. Porterhouse Gaming, thank you for the resume. Have I seen a new game called Farmer's Destiny? Is that Dynasty or Destiny? I've not seen either. It'll take the fun out of driving. Rude Irish. In case you haven't noticed, the fun is being taken out of driving all the time. Speed cameras, ridiculous amounts of vehicles on the road. Most journeys are becoming less and less fun anyway. But automation is always a thing. You've seen videos on it, it looks cool. What kind of game is it? Is it Dynasty? What do you have to do? Do you have to like create a farm and manage it or something? There's nothing fun about the M6 on a Friday night. Or the M25. Wait. I should be looking at the scenery here. Okay, so we're on the south side of Milano. The M6 north of Lancashire is a cracking stretch of motorway. I wouldn't agree with that, Heyman. When you get north and you get towards Scotland, it gets a lot better. You think we'll see AdBlue in the game? Well, it's kind of in the game. It is mentioned already. But probably not. You build a farm buildings, fix them up and plant stuff like Farming Sim. It's Farming Sim and Construction Sim all in one. Is it like a early access game then? You not only grow the crops, but you need to fix your farm. You can interact with other characters in the game and so on. It's still very beta though. Is there multiplayer? M62 across the Pennines is a nice journey. The weather can change on that road very quickly. Single player. We're talking about a game called Farming Dynasty or something? Artist Hotel. It received half a star on booking.com. As you can see, it's massively overbooked. What a brilliant hotel that is. Ant-Man, thank you for half a year. Oh, scumbag lines. Farming Dynasty goes into early access on December the 14th and it's single player only. Gotcha. Are you going to Truckfest next year? I'd like to go to Truckfest Peterborough next year. I'm trying to sort out a hotel at the moment. The hotels are massively overpriced. Okay, so that was Milano. Now we're going to go up and around and back in on the east side. Man's 2034 power. Thank you, man. My Invisicup. Cheers, Whiteland. What graphics engine does Farmer's Dynasty use? Can you remember me and give me a ha? Ha. There you go. Yeah, I got this shirt when I went to SCS. It's the 20th anniversary shirt. How does it taste? It tastes like coffee, Whiteland. It's weird. What truck is that? You shouldn't need to ask what truck this is. You should know what truck this is. It's the best truck you can buy. Simple. You notice a game called Motorsports Manager? Yeah, I've seen that before. Doesn't really interest me, to be honest. Managing a motorsport company? Nah. I have never been to an American trucking show. Although I do like the idea of going to one. But to fly over and fly back is expensive. That would be... To fly over, stay in a hotel and come back, you're talking 1,500 quid. He's like John Lewis on Saturday, he's looking at mugs. You can get 4 plain white mugs for £15, or you can get 4 with a bit of colour for about 10 elsewhere. I'm not really sure what point you're making there, Michael Brown. You basically just said John Lewis ripped you off for white cups. You could buy yourself another TV with the money you'd spent to go on an American truck show. Yeah, but the TV is going to be hanging on my wall and I'll be able to use it every day for the next, what, 5 to 10 years. But the truck show, I get to go to it for a few hours.
Oh, yeah.
You bought a 50-inch Samsung UHD curved TV for $600, is that a good deal? I don't know, it depends on the screen technology. It's probably, if it's just UHD, it's not an OLED. OLED's more expensive. It's still a good TV, but if you sat it next to an OLED, you'll see the difference. That's the thing. Jet Logistics with 100 bits. Hello, Squirrel. I drove a real one of those a few days ago. Outside, not won me over yet, but inside, to drive is stunning. Handles like a car. I did a review. If anyone's interested, sending my best wishes to you and your family. You've been in my thoughts. Stay strong, and we're all here for you, Squirrel Love. Thank you, Jet Logistics. I think, if I remember when Scania were taught when they did their big, release day on this thing, and they were saying how they designed the cab from the driver's perspective. Like, they consulted loads of truck drivers and just sat them down and just built the cab around the driver, basically, is what they did. And I think when people drive it, that's what they say. They just say it's such a nice environment to drive. And all the outside of the truck is important. At the end of the day, to a driver who's doing like tens of thousands of miles, the inside is way more important.